Minnesota Timberwolves were on top of the mountain, but Denver Nuggets are champions for a reason. Now, let's just picture this, okay? After the first two games, Timberwolves thought, okay, they had this in their bag. But then, the real Denver showed up. I was not surprised because I was expecting this. Do you know why? The reason was last year's final against the Miami Heat, because Miami won a game in the first two games. I think they won the first game itself in Denver. And the way Denver came back, they changed their attitude. There was a different kind of fire to their play. Because usually the face of that franchise is Nikola Jokic, the Joker, who is usually so cool, calm, controlled. You never feel like that energy. It's like a volcano there, just waiting to burst. That's not the Joker. But then you saw that they just had a different gear which we haven't seen earlier. I was sure that gear would show up at some point of time, and then they go on the road, win game 3 and 4. Now back home, they win their home match and 3-2 in the lead. Now well composed, poised to win this tie and reach the NBA Western Conference Finals. But what's the case for the Antman, Cat, Rudy Gobert, and the Timberwolves, who had a fabulous season and they're a fantastic side. But yes, it's a game of skill. I agree. And Antman and company, they are very skillful. But first and foremost, this is a mental game, especially now, because from the top of the mountain, the Timberwolves came rolling down, crashing in between to all the big rocks and the trees. They banged their head. Now they're absolutely at the bottom of the mountain. They have to climb the mountain. Not only do they have to climb the mountain, they will have to do it with so much obstacles in the form of the great form and the confidence that the Denver Nuggets now have. Mentally, the Timberwolves are down and out. Now they have to pump up, they have to charge up and climb the mountain. Very difficult task. Is it possible? I don't think so. I think Denver is going to close this in game 6. But if Anthony Edwards had a really bad game in game 4, and like Shaq and the company, they always say that a great player, they won't have like 2 bad games in a row. So I'm expecting Anthony Edwards, a real Anthony Edwards, to show up. Denver Nuggets will be ready. They will know Anthony Edwards will show up. They'll be ready for that. They will be ready to just hit the hammer, block that energy out of Anthony Edwards even before he rises up. But that's going to be a brilliant clash. Game 6, we're loving the Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves series. I think this has turned out to be the best.